慈济永续的报告书里面，我们就看到了每捐1元的善款，在慈济志工自费、自驾、自理、无偿的投入慈善服务下，它就能够产生50元的社会正面的大效益。
好，直播初级开心自己非常感恩，又到了礼拜3的时间，那谢谢。现在已经在所有的线上或者在各个地方听到、看到我们画面或声音。
Thank you everyone for attending today's Kaohsiung Online Study Group. So very quickly, we've come back to another session on a Wednesday morning. So we are very happy indeed to be able to have this blessed session again. Let's put our hands together, 3 bows.
好，合掌恭送，传承法脉心相系，弘扬中门志不移，慈济因缘会珍惜，尽思法。
Well, it is a mindset to pass on the Dharma lineage with our sincere piety, unwaveringly promote the Tzu Chi spirit, and cherish our Tzu Chi affinities. We like to encourage everyone to come forward. Let's go, go, go. Let's forward, forward, forward. Let's just do it. And let's do it and do it only. We'll study and listen to the Dharma study and listen to the Dharma. We are more diligent and we are closer to Master's heart. Well, we are really willing to pass on the Dharma lineage and recruit all talents. Let's study online together. Let's have an enlightened and compassionate group spreading the great love of Ta'ai. They'll pass on the Dharma lineage. Well, we're really very, very happy to have everybody here, and we come from different regions, but we all have one common goal, that is to pass on the Dharma lineage. Well, you are indeed the Dharma messengers. Let's pass on the Dharma mindfully and pass on the great Dharma altogether collectively. Well, we're very happy to be able to hear, to become somebody who is open-minded, and we learn to control our tempers. And it's important that all of us will look at Dharma's example and exemplify and follow in her examples. Well, every one of us can be that perfect Dharma lineage messenger. We would like Master to be at ease because we believe that we can all carry on the responsibility. And look at Master's response. Master say, you are great. Thumbs up to you. Yeah, so it's important that all of us who come online and be diligently studying the Dharma. Well, next week will be another activity. Every week has got exciting activities for everyone. So we'd like to encourage everybody. We will mutually encourage and keep talking about Tzu Chi's spirit and value. We would unwaveringly listen to the Dharma teachings. We believe we all have the potential and diligently maintain our initial aspirations. So we always must talk about it, and talk about it some more. So we must really make sure that we seize every opportunity to bring about the message passing on to everybody. So you love Master, then you must say and talk and share more about Tzu Chi. So we must really collect ourselves and be willing to share the Dharma with all the people around us. So every week that we come, there are different touching stories. Well, now we must share that there are indeed many different translation group. This is from the Singapore and Malaysia group who are doing the English translation. So now, other than the English translation, and yes, from the Singapore Malaysia team, there's also Sister Charlene from Australia. Well, I must say, some of the translators actually can translate in 3 or even 4 languages. And now we welcome the Cantonese translation group. Wow, well, there's so many of them. There's 7 of them, all from different countries. Yeah. And then we have also today Cambodia volunteers. We have Cambodia CEO Xie Mingxun and his wife Mei Ling, Xiao Tong, and Jing Yu. And we are really happy to know that we have moved on to 3 different language translations today. So the Cambodia husband and wife team, the CEO and the wife, Xie Mingxun, have said about how they are excited about being able to share. At first, they were a bit hesitant because they don't know what to share. But, thanks to Sister Mei Yun and the team, they actually managed to collate a lot of news clips about what we did during the COVID. Even some of us, we didn't even remember what we did during that time. Then we are actually very grateful that they're able to share with us about what they have done in Cambodia during the COVID period. Well, this is the 3rd time they will be coming online, this translation group. And they feel that they are improving step by step, and they are actually very willing to learn. And this is the Cantonese translation group number 3. And they say that, well, although first time it was a bit raw deal for them, but second time it was much better. And now it's the 3rd time. So they are very grateful for the fellow teammates for being able to be very united. So sometimes we have difficulties whereby one team member may not be able to attend, but the rest manage to group together and very happily take over the duties, and they are able to go from strength to strength. So they're very grateful that they are able to move on and learn much from this experience. So sometimes they feel that, well, actually I cannot make it, I'm not good enough. But actually, because of the team encouragement, they're able to, help one another to strengthen the weaknesses in each one of them. So they're definitely very grateful for this time where they're able to grow together. So we always say that, Master always say, everyone is some good material that you can make use of. Then of course we must not forget the team that's been working behind to make it possible. There are so many of them, we cannot thank every one of them individually, but basically we just want to say they work behind the scene. They're very hardworking, and to make this program very smooth, we need the concerted effort of every single one. So we always say that the best present we can give to others is learning, and to give the best blessing is to believe in someone, and to get the best support, to give the best support is actually to accompany them. So these are very simple messages, but actually this goes a long way in making our journey in Tzu Chi blessed one.
线志工早会，然后跟我们讲到你有没有看到？我说有。那但是郑继峰副院长呢，就是上次早的时候就讲到他来这里。
Oh, then we have different sharing on how this deputy superintendent have shared about it, and we are definitely they are very blessed and very happy to have learned from it, and they are very touched by the sharing of the deputy superintendent. We are really grateful for all the different sharing by the different individuals. There are so many positive online feedback. We cannot, of course, individually share every single one, but we are most happy to say that we are indeed very fortunate to have so many people feedback to us. Everyone has got their own opinion, different sharing of their experiences, and it's very important for us to be able to share openly.
这个很不像我，但是呢，就觉得这样的漫画也非常的印象深刻哈。所以其实以漫画。
On our US team, other than saying doing the translation, they're able to do the Sun Liu. So with that, we are able to reminisce on the past online study group and very happily reiterate and learn once again what the lessons from the previous team. Well, there were so many messages that were left in online for us, and it is important to give direct feedback to our speakers, and we are very grateful, that despite taking the time to learn from us, they also leave so much of positive feedback for us to learn from. So some are very poetic. They say, "Wow, suddenly I hear about this message, and some inspiration have struck me, and I'm able to share about what has suddenly appeared in my mind." Victor Jie, Emily Kwan, they've all shared about the different experiences. Well, although one of them is 84-year-old, and she's able to share her experiences, and this wonderful. So indeed, she's an example for us to follow, and it is amazing how, despite her age, she's able to share so much and have so much positive energy. We're grateful to you. Oh, because of the sweet and attractive voice of Chen Xueling, so we have a lot of positive responses. For example, Shui Da say that we are happy to be with you because you have got a positive energy. Some have actually asked parents to come along and join them in listening to the Dharma online. Another one from Taipei have shared, "Wow, everybody loves me and I also love everybody." So what a positive reverberation of the energy. We can spread our love this way online, and this is made possible only during our COVID pandemic era. We are grateful for everybody who has given us all the different feedback.
那这边呢，我们的金刚 Chen 是不是？他就说被
And sisters from Malaysia said that they're very touched by all the great love that have been shared across the world.
感恩真心节你也给我们，包括海文师兄。
And they're very grateful. Remarks also are grateful about how the family, Zhi is a big family. And although they may be coming from different countries, they're actually greatly touched by the common thread and common connection through great love.
当下里面就带起很多人这个部分，那带起很多人的一个回应哈。那子方更是说
And someone commented on Brother Pao and the wives sharing, and they feel that they are really touched by what they share, and they really realize that indeed affinity is hard to come by. So when we have that opportunity, we must seize every opportunity to treasure it and to be able to maximize it.
时间怎么挤出来？最主要是精神总是那么好，原来是运动哦。很多人受到激励，就说开始运动。上个礼拜听了以后，开始有没有运动呢？所以在这个地方，我们时时挑战自己。然后
Our from Canada said that, wow, we're very thankful for their sharing, and indeed, I really must spend more time exercising and exercise not only my physical body but also the mind.
管心灵，那更多人是没有写上，所以拜托大家帮我们写上名字，同时呢告诉我们你在哪里之外，
And
记得
the
我们的讲师
Healthy Challenge 21 has also brought about many positive feedback. So that I'm saying, wow, I really must join in this initiative because this is definitely very good and good for the healthy body.
李恩利师姐哈，马来西亚，谢谢你们，谢谢李。
So before we await the next speaker coming online pretty soon, we see there are so many feedback from different countries.
沙巴的马来西亚哈，沙巴是一个很美的一个地方哈。P.L. Chen 虽然我不
And from Malaysia, there are so many who have responded. Connie from FE, Elizabeth, Chung Lim, P.L. Chan.
拉长情扩大爱哈，有没有发现我看那个简体字的部分有进步哈？非常我们的玛丽师姐这是
PNG say that
还有泰国的瓷管，谢谢。
all the Tzu people is like the fireflies, and these little sparks of fire is spreading everywhere and illuminating the world. And from Laos as well, and from Cambodia, we also have many feedback. And of course, not forgetting Taiwan, you have so many different responses from Taiwan. We are not able to individually thank you for it, but really, very thank you. Well, Lei Sim says that, well, this Ama, although despite the age of 84, she's so energetic, I can hardly believe it.
Each is a living sutra.
Like Irene says,
yeah.
So may the Irene say that let the Dharma sharing continue to permeate the air through technology, reaching many countries. There's like supernatural power of spreading Dharma. Each is like a living sutra. Each sharing is so important for our learning. So we are indeed grateful to our Dharma Master Chen Yan for setting up Tzu Chi World. So because of the accumulation of all the positive energy from around the world, we are really become a superpower in being able to change the world. I'm not forgetting Sister Effie, who kept commenting in online. We are very grateful for her. Such touching story from Sister Li Shan, Sister Effie shared. Yeah, this and thank you for the sign language live. And this song changed my course in life. Yes, so grateful for the Xudi family.
上个礼拜他做的这个部分，做事要用心，不操心不烦心，同时让我们知道有哪些人上线哈。这种漫画它同时间
So we're very grateful for the live sign language performance. That really changed a life as well.
所以你很重要，你很重要，你在哪里？按赞、转分享。
So we are also able from the feedback know who are the different groups of people that are coming online. We're really very, very grateful for every single one who has contributed positively. So wherever you are, please share this message to all your friends.
So now we move over to Zimbabwe. Zhu Caijin's师兄. Now we are in Zimbabwe now. You can see that how the water Zimbabwe is so lacking in water. You can see that this is a government official from Zimbabwe. They witnessed how a Xudi building well to draw water from below the earth so that they can regular supply of water. Zimbabwe constantly face drought, and having water is a problem. The elderly is find difficulty of getting water and have to count on the young to get water. You can see what this council said. This so the Xudi built the pipe to draw water out from the earth. You look at the joyfulness that they experience. The politician is council member is very happy. That this well has given them clean water to drink. So it's on the water. How about food? You can see these Zimbabwe are so poor, they even eat insects. And they eat termites as well. So they sell termites as food. And Zimbabwe is so poor. And Xudi actually distribute rice to them. You cannot imagine how poor they are, and they have to eat insects as food. We cannot imagine how we can take it, but for them, it's a norm. They are in such poverty. And Xudi bring hope to them. So we wanted, thus Xudi is there to help them. They also built house for them. They are speechless to see what Xudi has done for them. Xudi brings a lot of hope to them. They even have a book study, PNT Taipei, to plant good seeds among the people in Zimbabwe. So the volunteer never give up, and they continue to send love to the people of Zimbabwe. Brother Zhu has to have to make distribution during pandemic, even though it's dangerous, but they take relevant protection, and they have to send love to the people of Zimbabwe. These very blessed people, they step out from their house to send love to people. And Brother Chu has been a leader, a good leader to motivate the people to be volunteer to help those who are in need. Brother Chu guide them how to care for their own community. So, a lot of people do not know. They have to use a lot of media to convey a message and have to go through a lot of points to bring across. So even wearing masks have to be taught properly. So in Zimbabwe, they are in the early morning. So this is a con call that they have with master to update the latest in Zimbabwe. So and all the line was unstable, and the volunteer had to travel far to in order to meet master, overcome various difficulties to have a session with master. This volunteer very touched to be able to be online with master. Can see that they brief master on the various difficulties they face. Today they have talked about the great love farming. So how they adopt vegetarianism among the people in Zimbabwe. Even Brother Chu was infected with COVID in carrying out his duty. However, he able to overcome it. He was at the dead, almost near the deathbed. That his wife gave him encouragement that you must come back because a lot of people need you. Brother Chu is very courageous and he has full love for the people of Zimbabwe to carry on his mission in Zimbabwe. And today we welcome Brother Chu to explain, to share with us his experience in Zimbabwe when he was infected with COVID-19. Do you have his courage to face what Brother Chu is facing in Zimbabwe, where he is face only difficulties and without sufficient volunteers to support him? We like to be because you have positive energy. Brother Chu, how are you? How are you? Have you on the mic? Good morning. How can you share your story with us? I will accompany by the PPT. Good morning, Master, and all about Master and brother and sister. How are you? In Zimbabwe, is now is 3:18 a.m. Very grateful and very touched to be invited by Sister Mei Yun to share on today's book study. I was invited earlier, but I am able to share because I was infected with COVID and was in a very serious condition. In this journey, before Christmas, we have 11 days of distribution, continuously 11 days of distribution. We were managed to distribute to 9,000 care recipients. This COVID-19, we are very careful as it's an infectious virus. Every time, we have a bus of 14 people and we volunteers from capital to the various villages. But after Christmas, when I returned home, I was I was not, I was okay. But about January 2nd, I felt uneasy and not healthy because of when I was in I am in Zimbabwe. I am the TCM society in Zimbabwe and know how to protect myself and allows my volunteer to support him. I never thought that I can get infected with COVID-19. I got cough. I had not been coughed before. And then fever and other symptoms start to emerge. Most important at the time, I never thought I would get COVID-19 because I'm so careful until this symptom emerged. My sister, my home sister and son sent me to the hospital. In Zimbabwe, the condition of the body is very bad. It's so because Zimbabwe is so serious. There's no public hospital that I can go to. My son, through his friend, to look out for look for hospital. So I managed to get into a hospital, and my son has to see me every day, and my difficulty get more difficult. Continuous for 3 days. I can only have use 4 hours of a breathing machine, but the condition never improved until the 3rd day. That night, I already in coma and I'm more near coma, and I already can't talk well, and my mind is very disturbed. I thought that I can't get over this stage, and ask my pass on some message to my home sister. I want my body to be burned, and I want my bones to be spread in cremated, and then whatever left over to spread in Zimbabwe, and I want to stay on in Zimbabwe. This place is so full of difficulties and suffering. I want to remain in this place even in my last life. My home sister is full of wisdom. I already not in clear mind, and he shouted near my ears. He knows that I am so close to and full of dedicated to Xudi and wanting to build Xudi, how to help the people of Zimbabwe. Okay, I will do what you told me upon your death. But he reminded me that in your next life, when is your next life? We do not know when is your next life. Why don't you put in your best effort to come back? Don't give up. Get back your breath and to help all these people. Don't wait for next life to help these Zimbabwean. When I hear about this suffering and hear what my home sister say, I suddenly awake and I get back my mind and I give my best efforts to breathe. In a very difficult to breathe at time, every breath is I treasure the most. I give my best. And I'm so grateful to my home sister for her encouragement. Although difficult, I keep breathing. And I can see improvement. And slowly I get back my breath. And I can see the recovery. I can see that I'm getting better. Every day, my family come over to ask how's my condition. And also, brother and sister from afar, from Taiwan, also ask about my condition. I also update Master on my condition. In hospital, I can't even stand. Master said, Master hope to see my photo. And we quickly snapped 2 photos for Master to see. When I can't stand at the time, I hold on to the bar, a steel bar, to let my Master see me. Master encouragement gave me so much courage to continue my, and all the blessing from whole world. Master, I wanted to get well. I give myself a lot of encouragement to, I'm so touched with the help given by Master, encouragement given by the brother and sister from worldwide, except for Master. This from the TCM that I learned, being the leader of head of the TCM, and I reported to Master. Let me Master see me. The next day, I have a chance to have a Master online with Master. Master told me, and my Master, Master, she said, Master said, she said he doesn't want to be in person in authority, be a superior, but I want to be a Xudi volunteer. I also another government official came official who give us a lot of support to Xudi to build, to construct well. The government want to raise the standard of TCM in Zimbawe and work together with the Health Ministry of Zimbabwe to allow to TCM, traditional medicine, to grow in Zimbabwe. Our leader, the head of Ministry of Health, Minister of Health, at that time, very touched and very happy with myself that I can bring this TCM to that I can say that I don't want to be an official leader, but I want to be a Xudi volunteer. If I don't want to be a leader, but I want to be a country leader, I want to be a Xudi volunteer. This time, after I gotten this, I gotten the COVID-19. Even the leader of this also gotten this COVID-19. He passed away, but I survived. This is only a matter of a mindset at that time. Don't want to be a government official. I want to be a Xudi volunteer. This COVID-19, in such a strange condition, one want to be a government official, one do not want to. And the one who want to become government official, he passed away, where else I still alive. Where just a soft words from Master to encourage me to let go the mind of being a government official. Just be Xudi volunteer. This has saved my life. Very grateful to Master for that moment, for reminding me what I need to do. Master already knows just as what I'm going to be. Very grateful, very grateful. In the delusion and unclear mind, Master knocked my head and gave me this reminder. Don't be a government official. Carry on your mission as a church volunteer. I hope I can do more for the poor in Zimbabwe. Very grateful and very touched that I get back my life. So many that I have to grateful, master, a boat master, brother and sisters worldwide. Thank you for this affinity that I have with you. Thank you for your invitation that I'm able to share with all you. Very, very grateful, extremely grateful. 感恩感恩. Very grateful to Brother Chu for his sharing. Although he has his sharing is very different for his PPT, but but we know is that he really want to thank Master and everyone, and he want to share his experience. What is our last thought is so important. Practicing our mindset and the wisdom of his home sister in pushing him to remind him that he needs to continue his mission. Thank you so much, brother and sister. Thank you, Brother Chu. Thank you for now. It's 3:30. You are still much awake and full of spirit. Thank you so much. 感恩感恩. Now we next to come give us your feedback. Thank you from Taiwan. Mr. from feedback from Taiwan.
这是我们加拿大的管心灵师姐哈 ，Irene， 谢谢你，你是 Good morning, dear all online this morning.
Thank you, Irene.
To be here this morning and able to join the 高雄 Book Study Club. 好，谢谢你，给我们很大志。泰国的锦淑师姐应该回到泰国了哈，非常感恩你上一次前来。台南的纪由师姐，新北市的钟绿玉师姐
，Thank you for the feedback.
说她现在在巴德进士
Also for 新北市
第一季直接讲，然后同时还跟我们上线祝福健康。
Oh, she just having his first dose of BNT vaccine.
陈汉，谢谢你在丰原进士堂长照班带着阿公阿嬷哈，还有我们的慈厨在槟城慈馆，现在在桃园我们泰国的慈馆哈。啊 ，Jury， 你是在
feedback from 桃园。
沙巴州硬币市哈，雪梅师姐在丰原进士堂，非常的感恩。
Oh, feedback from Sabah.
湖南石门的家人也很早就上线。
Very grateful for all the sharing.
啊，棒棒的长照志工团队已经上线了丰原进士堂长照系哈，好，非常的感恩我们的兰碧尔加拿大以及陈汉，他说周云阿嬷、美英阿嬷、完美阿嬷、秦明阿公、雪梅阿嬷准时入座，连线读书。阿嬷，你们真的是太厉害、太感动了哈！啊，所以我们两个今天
阿嬷 you're so great. At 34 years old, you can share so well and prepare your own PPT.
早就去健身房了哈。好，所以这个都是我们要学习的哈。Lily Cool， 谢谢你。顺利，马来西亚霹雳州的邱顺利师姐哈，林翠莲在我们主场一边工作一边观看，一边还可以上线回应哈。马来西亚的阮 C， 谢谢你。好，那这边日本的岸也会以及副主也在给我们回应了哈。好，大理的白族杨莹的妈妈杨淑兰今天照常早就上线。好，在云南大理的，我们跟他挥挥手好不好？云南大理的一个部分哈，好，所以呢，在这个当下，真的阿嬷哈，她说自从知道高雄线上读书会呢，这个阿嬷她几乎每一次礼拜三的时候都是这样子，早就跟我们连在一起，所以我们一起说，我们的熟兰阿嬷你好，希望你在云南，但是希望每一次都。
How 熟兰阿嬷 how are you?
那现在回到我们的
You are in Yunnan. We can see you all the time. Very grateful to you.
我们累积到10月20号，就是今天。
Now we already have 34,301 of lotus flower on as at 20th of October. We will report to Master when we next see Master.
您在哪里可以一起来响应，来传
Yeah.
捷报，我们一起来共善，给上人力量，表示我们进士弟子有在动。你不要去考虑是不是有重复计算这件事情。我非常诚实跟上人讲，这个数目字不是高雄县市多，是大家全球共善。所以如果要算高雄县，就打5折或打4折，我都没有关系。重要是我们希望这样的一个爱心的一个启动不要断掉，不要断掉，不要断掉。所以大家一起哦，无论是
Let this love continue. So continue to spread your love. 1 person, 2 person, 20 person can also form a lotus flower. Let this love continue. Now, although we don't have the rights to our life, but we have the influence on others. Yeah. Sister Xueling, you carry on. Yeah.
就说佛教的第一个关怀就是人生是苦，就人所处的世间就像一个火在烧的一个房子一样。
上人从一开始就是带领着弟子，用《法华经》的精神行在菩萨道上。
我觉得《法华经》的法跟法律的法其实是一样的。我非常喜欢《法华经》，因为我觉得《法华经》呢是一条道路。
法华经就是行菩萨道，走在对的路、对的方向。那不只是自己好，还要很多的身边的朋友们都可以一起好。
医生可以济世救人，建筑师到底可以做什么？在921地震的时候，我就跑到东市，在那边当场画图，跟当地的居民直接就讨论，我们未来的家如果变成这样好不好？我们未来的家变成那样好不好？
我们这个命名是给那个国际社会有很重要贡献的，很自然就想到就是慈济了。自从那个小行星命名为慈济小行星之后呢，同时也看着我们地球，以及小行星在天空之中、宇宙里头，就变成我们的 guiding angel 守护的天使。
好，法华愿行在人间，10月24日首播哦。我们要相信，就是我们的姚仁禄精进长呢，其实带领的我们的人文置业中心往一个更好、更棒的一个方向。
Okay, this one is on premium. 12th coming 24th of October. This is the next better directions. If you have seen the date below on 24th of October, 21 hours or 30th October, please watch out for these 2 days. It's really very good series on Lotus Sutra. Okay, this is another sharing. After searching Wenqing, sharing a lot of good feedback. And we have heard just now, right? This couple, they went out for early morning exercise and just came back. Wow, that's their secret of their how they keep themselves happy. So have we exercised today? A lot of people, a lot of us will be thinking, oh, here I feel pain over here and there. But looking at how this couple are practicing, exercising themselves, this couple, they are really our role model. They are also accompanying a lot of volunteers outside. Actually, they felt that a lot of our body pain we can stop it, including themselves. They serve themselves as role models, so they will share with everyone how they exercise. This is a good habit. Hope that each of us could maintain this good habit, have a healthy body and healthy state of mind. Because of this positive energy from this couple, we are very grateful. And messages from them are also shared. We also heard from Sister Lisan and Brother Pauru, because of the pain of mother passing away. They're very touched by the Tzu Chi volunteers who helped them out. Imagine that time, it was really like across different nations. They are also very touched because even her team, the translation team, all of them, they are also touched and they teared as they translated last week's session. So Sister Lisan said, listening again, she also was so touched and she teared. A lot of response was that truly, there are a lot of scenes that touch the heart, tug the heart. She's also very grateful, and she recorded all this. And Sister Effie, who also shared on this 1013. This 1013, one person, one act of kindness. Sister Siqing Yao and Brother Wenqing, they took this as their mission, and Sister Effie, she responded on it, and she wrote on this, her insights on this. So because of technology is so advanced, we could immediately translate her English to Chinese. That's how this group, they could arrange all these very good feedback and share with everyone. And we could see it's truly very powerful and how it could inspire many. And also Zhong Ke Ama also inspired her, another great exemplary volunteer. And she's very grateful to join this book study. From here, Sister Effie could gain a lot and transform her life and giving her a lot of positive energy. She also mentioned of Sister Li San. I'm very grateful to Sister Effie. Every time she will come and join and share a lot of feedback. Another positive point. And actually, Sister Effie, at the moment, she's part of our English translation team. She has also joined Cantonese and also joined the Malay translation team. One person, she has joined 3 translation team. We are very grateful to Sister Effie. And today, let us go to these footprints. If you have seen the footprints, her notes, you'll be truly overwhelmed. It's a young sharer. Let us welcome Zhu Caijin. Good day, Master, Upper Masters, and global online listeners. Today, Brother is sharing this the footprints of the Master Chen Yan's Spring Volume 2021. As we listen, contemplate, and reflect on the teachings. During the New Year Day, we all will wish for the auspiciousness and hope for good fortune, praying that everything will go well throughout the year. But does it only happen during New Year? What about after that? Okay, let us look at the picture. Okay, dear everyone, look at this. This is a mask. All of us, we are wearing it. But most of the time, we could only use it one day. And after that one day, where is it? So it will end up like what you have seen on the picture. So it will cause a lot of this rubbish and also affecting our sea, our marines. Next, what is this? This is cell phones. This is the latest cell phone. And the latest, we have many coming up, upgraded, people are queuing up. So imagine the others, the old handphones, it will replace the mountains of rubbish. How many each of us possess? Often people say they have five handphones. Oh goodness, I can imagine that. So imagine what we are doing. We are really like destructing the environment. So imagine what we are wishing for auspiciousness and good fortune, but yet we are doing this. So there is this question mark. So next page. So in our actions, that's our, let's reflect on that. What about our mouth? We talk about the sentient beings are not only human beings, even the lions also love their babies. The birds, they will love their offspring, and all the animals, they will love their offspring. What about our appetite, our food? Because of our mouth, we have greed for food. That's why, because of this greed, we already sacrifices a lot. That is a very nice food, right? Imagine if the children have already ordered for it. Or imagine if this truck of loads of cars order this set. So 50 chicken bentos. We have to use 38 chickens and 1 pig. They also love animals also love their children. Imagine that. So imagine in the class, the children, when they draw lobsters, it is red, right? But let me ask you, what really is the color of lobster? They shouldn't be that color, right? It is because the children only see on their dining table after the parents have cooked it. That's why the lobster end up red. That is the present situation. Because of our greed, our mouth desire, causing all this natural imbalance in the 4 elements. Do everyone knows that yesterday or the day before that in South Korea, suddenly the Korea went down and there was even this snow and there are people who died from it. So that is truly great imbalance from the nature. Next, let us continue. So what should really do? Master has said, we have always have to be vigilant and be mindful of our actions, let go of our desire and not to kill animals and not to think of I want whatever I want, I will buy it. So can we really have this auspiciousness and good fortune in our life? We have this group of people. It's from Taipei, Zhu Hospital. We know that this place is a PPV center, right? The place where people can take their vaccination. People are wrapped up. We don't know who really these people are. And imagine this, the health practitioners, they are all wrapped out, visiting the elderly to check them. So that's why the elderlies would be very anxious, right? That's why you see, that's why they will put the names and write it very big. So the elderlies could be comforted. Because of all these small little very mindful thought, they could comfort a lot of people. Let us watch this video.
如果没有就算了，没关系。好，那接下来呢，我们把它消掉。OK， 各位，这个是慈院的照片，对不对 ？OK， 那接下来各位
，Okay, the prefabricated steel, despite raining. Sorry, it's not that one.
在屏东的离港，我们要那个盖，我们要在临时间呢建起来那个所谓的筛检站。然后呢，预计的工期本来是3天。
This is the hospital at Taipei, Qian. And what is really harmonious? From this picture, I really have to tell everyone. In the last minute, we have to fill up this center to take the test, the COVID test. How they did it? They raced against the clock in 12 hours. They could do it. Original 3-day screening station constructions was completed in 8 hours. This picture was taken by this brother, so there's no copyright issue. And this is my friend, a tuition friend. Actually, in the past, he was really against Tzu Chi, and he must eat meat. If without meat, beef, he can't really pass that day. Because of this vaccination, and he could get close to Jingsi Hall. So beat it with the health practitioners or the volunteers because of their warmness. And he was so overwhelmed and happy. And after reading this Tzu Chi magazine, suddenly it took a 360-degree turn and changed his mind of Tzu Chi. So he was touched by the warmth. And finally, with the society, one more kind person. It's not only on the pictures surface, we must do it, we must put it in actions, not only being kind, good at heart, but we have to put that goodness in action to safeguard the sentient beings. Then we could be on this kindness path. Let us look at the video. Okay, the preparation still, though it was raining, but all the volunteers could not bear it. They wishes to quickly construct it. We really may have to work overtime in Dongxian because of the this testing, the COVID testing. So they work overtime. Less than supposedly to be 3 days, but by 12 hours they could complete it. 3 hours mission. The hands are all of us must be working all the time. We all do non-stop until it's completed. all of us could come and really put in our effort, so sweep so it could be clean. All these volunteers are clean inner and external, and they are very joyful to be able to serve. And the communities, they are so happy to see this. So we really hope that through this session, testing, we could have chance to get more tested, but everyone have to stay vigilant. So this will be will lend support strength to the community in testing. This is from 3 days to 12 hours mission because of everyone's effort. Another case in Dominica, we have a Sister Chai Yixue. She has been in Dominica for many years. 40 years ago, the mother-in-law was really superstitious. She would go around and ask for the fortune. And one day, the in-law could join this recycling. So Master said that every day is good day and each moment is auspicious time. So Sister Chai was truly wondering what is Xudi about. So in 1997, when his husband has to have this operation in Japan, so she contacted the Japan Xudi volunteers who touched the husband, and she was so touched because she's not a Xudi volunteer yet. She could feel the deep warmth. In 1999, she managed to help Taiwan to seek donations, and she has the faith and she made vow and she put it to practice, faith vow practice actions. Even though nowadays, but she still continue her actions until today. She trusted everyone have to promote the path, and instead of rather than the path promoting itself. So only through doing, then we could take the lessons in, be it in the PPT or whatever sharing has done, recording. It was really great by this brother, even though it's his first time. So Zhihao, actually each time after Sister Meiyun, they have written the script, pass it to him, even though at 12 midnight he would quickly, immediately translate it and pass it to Teacher Meiyun. So Teacher Meiyun is very touched by him, upholding this responsibility to translate. So this brother, he was thinking that how to translate those with Dharma part. So he started to read and watch the Dharma from the TV. He has never missed any. So each time coming to translation, because he is the coordinator, so it's really very responsible. So we are very grateful to this brother. We are really grateful to this brother, young man. Let us give him a round of applause. And today we are so grateful to Brother Zhu Caijin, Brother Zhu, Zimbawe, very touched. And someone asked the well digger, who is the person is Brother Chu. Everyone is truly admire his effort. Brother Chu, his spirit, something we need to learn. Because of his great spirit and great love for Zimbabwe, it touches everyone's heart. And another person also sent feedback on Brother Chu. He said he is truly very noble and trusted that the heavenly and all the beings up there would have heard and seen his sincerity and come to protect here. And Zimbabwe suffering beings are protected by this brother as he's our exemplary role model. And Sister Irene also mentioned about this brother, and I'm very grateful to him. I'm very grateful to Brother Chen Han because of his effort in encouraging the elderly. We also received the feedback. Jia Sister said she felt that Brother Chu is truly someone with vow and to put into actions. And Beijing Ling Jun said, yeah, truly, I don't want to be an official. I want to be a Xudi volunteer. That's what Brother Chu said. And because of his this one thought of righteousness, I'm very grateful to Kaohsiung, Pichun Sijie, because despite he was sick, Brother Chu, he could make vow and continue to help these Zimbabwean people. Truly salute him. Life after life, trust that he would be on this Bodhisattva path. We are also very grateful to Sister Xueling. She said, the suffering beings, not to be officials, he can do more for the country. And we are very grateful to all your feedback. And Brother Chu, he would have listened and seen this. And Liang Jin, headmaster, he also praised and expressed his deepest gratitude to Brother Chu. And with Chen Han, he said that Feng Yuan elderly Ama, Feng Yuan Ama, watching this Zimbabwe, she realized, oh dear, there's so lack of water, and why are they wearing so little cloth? Teacher may say, yeah, because it's hot, but of course they can definitely wear better if they have those shirts. Okay, hi, elderly. Maybe Nai called this elderly Nai. I'm Yang Shunan from Yunnan, Dali. Grateful to family for accompanying me. It's really good. It's really good, and very grateful to Sulan, our elderly Ama. Okay, next. We are very grateful to US team and Canada, and also the China team for transcribing the notes for summary. You see, even her notes sharing is also in poetic way. Very grateful to this group because each time reaching Wednesday, she'll be very energetic. Actually, she said 2018 and since 2018. She already written for 6 months. Then, that point of time, she never thought that this kind of sharing could bring her a lot of encouragement. Since that moment, every time during Dharma morning permeation, she would use this kind of poetic way to document master's teaching, so she could feel that the teaching could penetrate deeper into her. Because of upholding responsibilities, she could grow, and the days become more meaningful. Let us look at last week. Who were the sharers? Even if you didn't join last year, last week, it's okay. You can listen to us. Of course, we have Brother Wen Jin in charge of Tzu Perth sharing about the cyclone Saroja, and the daily journal by Sister Xue Zhuang. Of course, Chen Yijun from Taipei Broadcasting. Okay, Yijin, Taipei Broadcasting Content Creations, been with Taipei Radio for 25 years. The topic is Sound Has Unlimited Potential. Sister Lishan and Brother Pao Ru, Tzu volunteers Northern California because her mother passed away. Then we heard about stories from Malaysians, volunteers helping out. The 1013 means one person, one kindness. Sister Yi Wenjing brother mentioned about this. Of course, hearing about this, Kaohsiung Tzu volunteer sister Yu Jing promoting vegetarianism, and of course, all these topics are really very fantastic. You don't really have to watch it live, the 3 hours from beginning to end. You can go to any point. It's all very interesting. And her sister not only write in Chinese, she also write in English. Okay, let us listen again to this summary about this Perth Australia volunteers, Brother Wen Jin, who shared, and of course Sister Xue Chuang, who spoke of Daily Journal of Dharma Master Chen Yan about the community in the world. Chen Yijing from Taipei Broadcasting Content Creation Center. She was with Taipei Radio for 25 years. Topic, Sound Has Unlimited Potential. And Sister Lisan and Brother Pao Ru, sharing about Sister Lisan's mother passing and how Malaysian volunteers helped them. The 1013, one person, one act of kindness. The Sister Sijing and Brother Wen Jing would explain on this, and about Kaohsiung Tzu Sisters Yu Jing Ao on the vegetarianism 21 days. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. And to the group of this poetic group, truly salute us. Thumbs up for every one of you. And today,
所以非常的感恩。也请导播呢
Okay,
可以
next
配合
to
我们
Sister
邀请
Xueling.
这边现场绽放哈。那我们看到的这一张文宣，每一次文宣一出来的时候，我们一定非常期待告诉大家，我们的一共有15位的文编，9位的美编，到底谁做了老师的文宣？好，这个文字谁写的？老师自己写，李雪玲副教授自己写给我们的文案，我只有加了学有庄金获奖。
So the professor Li Xueling write this post by herself. She was the one get a lot of reward by teaching. And the topic she's going to talk about is what the university students teach me.
我们也去看到，就是雪玲教授呢，他其实啊有非常多的一个跟同学之间呢，也有很多之间的一个亲密的。
During those posts, we can see there's a lot of posts from her and her students. And this is a video showing the relation between the teacher and the students. And we're going to show a small part of the video to see how her relation with her students. So after students graduate, they will write a post or a card to me, and they will all mention that I don't even remember what courses I took in university, but I only remember that we are having fun in the field, and that was the most impression thing I have ever had in my university life. So this is another part that she did activities with the students. So they are doing the activity that's starting from zero and then build up what they have got. So during this activity, we can see what the student have experienced, what they have come from their cultural background, and how they feel about their childhood experience. So in 2020, she won some rewards about doing this kind of activities, and how the university students look back of their life about what they had experienced when they were childhood, and they feel so powerful that they can become university students. So it's a live class, so it's not only doing the reading or doing the writing, it's more like thinking about their lives, thinking about how they deal with the family problems, and see what they had experienced before, and maybe make their family changes a little bit, how their family treat them or how they feel about their families.
所以老师，我们导播 take 我画面到这里哈。老师，如果您来我们的主场的时候呢，我们即将呢给你这样的一个单元，叫做教育现场，希望绽放啊，你会站在这个位置。可是现在呢，科技的一个因缘，也因为疫情的关系，您没来到现场，但是我们一样要让全球的人遇见这一位。
Because the COVID, if you're able to be here, but you were standing where I am, and then you will see all those great people are welcoming you. But because the COVID, you are still online, but we really appreciate you're here with us. So let's welcome Professor Xueling.
各位师兄师姐，各位朋友，大家好，很感佩高雄线上读书会的用心哈。今天很荣幸有
Good morning, everyone who's online. I really appreciate I got invited to the sharing.
大学生致敬。好，所以呢，我今天的主题叫做大学生教我的事。
Today I'm going to talk about why I'm teaching university, but I still really appreciate what I've learned from the university students.
都在做变化。
Because some of the single child proper policies, there are some university students are not from the same age or from the same background, and it makes the university student are more valid coming from different culture background, from different crossing culture area. So I remember sorry, there was one year, there were 18 students who take this class, and there were 6 of them who had experience about family violence. There was already 33% of them had experienced the bad family violence, so that was really shocked. And I was thinking that those students are from a really hard family. They are not hardworking. They just they are still doing their best to try to finish their schoolwork and willing to take this class in their universities. So at the end of the semester, it was end of the class and nobody wanted to leave the class, and there was one student from the family violence from the family who had violence, and then he was putting his hands down and then walk out to the class, and then but he was facing to the wall of the classroom, and then he said, if I didn't take this class, that feels like I didn't even study in university. And then the students in the class make the same comments, similar comments, and then they were like, oh, it feels exactly the same how I feel, and it is exactly what I want to say as well. So after half year, when the student graduate, they sent me a Facebook they said, hey teacher, my father passed away yesterday. At that time when I know the news, I was carrying the appreciate to know he's leaving me, and I really appreciate professor at that time. He took us to think about our culture difference and let me stand at the father's position and his cultural background to think about how he think. Except for what I thought he treated me, but I also think what he loved, how he showed his love, and how he behaved to show his love, and I really appreciate what I learned from the professor. So after the professor know what happens, she just directly connect to the students, and she was trying to calm him to say that everything will be fine, like try to make him feel better. But the student says, oh, I'm not sending you because I want to hear what you want to say to me, but I just really appreciate I had a class with you and what I experienced with you that will makes who I am right now. So I believe that the students have study difficulties, and when I think about they may have student study difficulties, I will think about from their position to change how I teach. And when I notice the different backgrounds of these students, I can creative more in different ways how to teach them in variety ways to make them accept knowledge. So after this experience, I have more positive energy to study or to associate with with my students, and to think about from their position, and to think about to lead them how to become a real university student. So it's like help them understanding why they're studying, and help them to motivate, like try to provide them a motivation on studies. So I was telling myself, if I can develop something or create something interesting in the future, then that will be what I experience about, and try to create a more lesson plans that is fit for many different cultural background students, and that will also make my class value more. And I will try to use what I have learned from my experience, and try to teach the students have the responsibility of being a university student. So after all those experience, it will make my teaching experience more active, more positive, and more reliable. So these several pictures are showing that I am taking the students to different areas. Some of them are in present, some of them are in kindergarten. So except for professor only teach the students what they need to learn, but it's also really important for students to think back what they already learned and how they digest the information they already learned. And this is one of the activities I teach them. So I was leading them to do, but in the same time, there will be some students saying, "Oh, is that possible? We do a little bit less work, or can we just try to avoid some of the work?" And then the teacher is like, "Okay, she will do the thing step by step, so we'll make the student understand the importance of the ability to build up their knowledge, and then to digest in their own." So this picture is the picture I took with the students and the parents of the primary school students. So we are talking about the sexuality about the kids. They are really interesting about how to teach their kids about sexuality. And at this picture, we can see that there are different teachers in a university. So this is also one of the pictures that we had with the primary school kids, and how we try to teach them the positive and the grateful of different sexuality behaviors, or like how they know about themselves. So this is the reading part of the what I asked the children, what I asked my students to learn. So this is how thick they are for the book. And some students accidentally we may forgot to bring the books, and I will share the books with them. So there are some students ask that, is that possible to write less? And actually, at the end of or in the middle of the semester, or at the end of the semester, then the student will say, oh, actually, this is the favorite part I've learned, because they really enjoy the parts that they are interacting with the teacher and how the teacher gives feedback to them about what they think and how they behave. So this is a poster that we give to students, and what the writing will be like. So except for using strategies, is also using logicals. So it's just like the year you born, your parents born, what the economic were like when they were at that age, what's their family background, and what's their marriage about their parents, and how their kids react on those. So the students learn something from their parents, and then they had more experience. They think about more about how they had experience before and now. So they just keep writing on what they think, what they learn, and what they saw. So this is the part that be your own field and writing your own story. So this is one of the students who wrote about his grandfather. So there are some parents during this time, they would put their concentrations all in their work. Some of them had a strong economic background. So because they spend most of the time in their working or on their jobs, some students won't able to even call daddy to their daddy because they feel uncomfortable doing that even when they are like 20 years old. So at the end of the semester, the student says, if I look a little bit ugly next week, just please don't tell me. It looks like at the beginning of the semester, the students are like, I don't want to write, I don't want to learn, I don't want to read all those. But actually, at the end of the semester, most of the students will say they will try their best to write on their experience, try their best to describe what they learned from this class and how their thoughts have been changed through the course. And after this is the picture after 4 years, how I saw like their experience, their stories as a book story. So this picture is like the students were talking about their experience, and they become more confident, they become more open to their stories. It's just like they feel like it's already been passed, so they are no longer afraid to talk about it or to mention it. So like they have the brightness, or they have the courage to face what they had experienced, and also they are no longer afraid of it. And so this is the descriptions of what their final exams will be like. Their final exams will not be like remember something and write it down, or like a closed book exam. This is what their final presentation, or like final presentation will look like. So it will be a big poster, and they will talk about what they had experience about, and then how they feel right now. And also in the next year they also like talks about how they think about their family culture. And there's not only the students who are in this class taking like participate in the final presentation, but there's more students except for there's more students from other school, other major, or like other variety who also joined us and to see the final presentation. So this is one of the year they make the posters, and when the students contribute in the program, in the project, they can see there's more things that they want to see than the beginning. And this is the fourth year, this is the seventh year of what the poster looks like. So every year they will change a different poster to ask people to join their final presentation. So this is the seventh year. And then after several years, because some reasons, this class becomes the mandatory book, a mandatory class. So I made the small little book that are crossing through the different culture. So the first one is the family taste, and then the second one is family can be the love exists, and family can be also where the storm come from. And different books has different main topics. So I was really hoping that I could post it one day in the future. And my class was at between 11 and 12 o'clock. And then there was one student always come at 11:30. So before, when she was teaching the class, and then she would just walk to the students and she would say, "Oh, you know, I can talk to you about your late coming class." And then so for the third time, I didn't ask him, I didn't say anything. And then later the amazing thing he changed is he come at 10:30 in the class instead of 11:30. So he changes by himself, because I did not ask him in class, or I did not talk to him and say, "Hey, why are you late again?" or "What's going on?" So after I teach from the university, I was thinking what they actually teach me. They teach me that I am more accurate, more feel positive, and they also teach me try to look for a different area of teaching, because the teaching is not only at one part. It's just like you have a variety of areas that I can think about and I can deepen it, and then to see what's in the education, like to more focus on what's in the deepest of the education, not focus on what the books or what the class material need me to teach. And these are some rewards that I have been involved in. And if I don't have those grateful students who teach me all those interesting stuff, like teach me to involved in to be creative at teaching, then I won't be able to do on these stages. So They always say that if people are giving us encouragement, we always need to think about why these people are giving me rewards, and all those rewards are coming from these people.
我的学生再次回到教室，在他们修完课或者毕业以后。
So those are the pictures I had with them, and I really appreciate I had pictures with them together. So the students who graduate come back. They will tell the students who are younger than them, and tell them that don't think about your jobs only helping others, because before you graduate, prepare yourself through this course and pack up yourself up, and then think about which area you want to go and be focused on that area, and then you can do better. And I really want to say that I really appreciate when parents are using their lives to love us and make sure we are on the right track. So for those students, their parents did not actually learn how to show their love, did not learn how to have the expression of their love, but we learn from the master that we need to respect and appreciate for the love, because the love we had has been given by parents is like really appreciate and really thankful and really respect of the love. So this video is a record that it records the class the student has learned in class, the lessons the student has learned in class. So they had different area of the records. So it's important to let them know the studies is important, like study is related to their growing up. So we're just writing down their stories and then writing down our history, and then listen what others had and write down what the background of the stories. So at the beginning, when I thought about the field study, I thought it's just like go to a family, had an interview with them, and know what happens. So I thought it's only one side up. But after I joined the program, I feel like it's different, because except for I know what they are doing, they had experienced. It's also really important for us to know what happens, why it happens, and then what I have learned from their stories. So I have said that if I didn't take this class in university, which means I did not even study in university, because when I took this class, I can see more backgrounds or more reasons or more other things happened after one thing I saw. So like I can see through the things, because before this class I was thinking there are a lot of things that my father did I did not understand, but after I took this class I feel like, oh, I can kind of understand why he did that, because his background is was not peaceful, or it's not really the same as the way it is now. So it's different than what I had before to think about it. So So the teacher can also learn from the students, learn what the students has learned and what they figure out after they saw through the things. And the professors will give feedback of what they learned and make them feel different. And all those connections between teachers, students, and teachers and family, students and families, students' families' background, all those connections make teachers become more creative and more knowledgeable.
好，很开心。好，那画面可以回来了吗？
So
请问画面可以
I
回来了
really
吗？
appreciate with all those
好，谢谢。
sharings.
那非常开心有这个机会，也把这短短的几分钟的影片也献给慈济大学。真的慈济大学给老师跟学生非
Also
常好的
really
一个环境跟
appreciate
学习资源。
I have the opportunities that to show this short video to everyone who is online now and who is in the university. And if the professors in the university has more opportunities to learn from others, to learn from the students, I believe there will be more impressive behavior in the future. So, Master said the waste of material need to be used and needs to be fixed and need to boil and need to made it in a different way. So when I heard this line, it made me feel like the students made me become more stronger and more appreciate more creative teacher. So today I just want to say my university students are my teacher, and I really want to take this opportunity to appreciate my students, to appreciate the university, and you guys teach me a lot, and this is the most important I want to share is I really appreciate what I learned. So no matter where are you guys, please feel free to give us feedback to the teacher.
他为什么能够受学生这么样的一个喜欢？因为他其实的教学方式都是以学生来当家的哈。但是老师在
So same as a teacher, I really really happy what she has learned, what her had experience in the university, and the way she teach university students is also really important. And there's sisters from online. Some sisters comment that if we had a good teacher and have a positive energy teacher, then the students will feel energy to learn as well from the teacher. So it is also important and really interesting that the students learn from teacher and teacher learn from the students.
疫情的时候依然鼓励阿公阿嬷上线学习，而且从这个礼拜开始，阿公阿嬷开始有回馈呢。以前可能回馈陈汉没有给我，他们这一次在这脸书里面留言好多，陈汉帮他们留言。好，泰国的锦淑师姐说向林雪玲副教授致敬。
There are some families are learning from the sharing activity, and then they are commenting on under the Facebook Live. And some family members have really appreciate her teaching ways and her teaching activities.
按赞、转分享，给我们讲师直接的留言，加油打气。我们再次用掌声感恩大学生教我的事。
Don't forget to say comment, to leave comments, and then to share the post. And let's really appreciate Professor Xueling to share what she has bring to us.
那同时间呢，我还是要回到这边哈，跟大家分享，就是谢碧莲也说，好的老师真的可以影响到学生，开启学生更宽阔的人生经验。感恩雪玲副教授。那时间这边也有多分享。那同时间我们要非常恭喜我们的季豪哦，他第一次that
a good teacher can be really positive energy to students.
不错哦，季豪师兄第一次导读沉稳流畅，不疾不徐，可造之才。好，那蔡成汉呢？
And there are also some comments to Jihao's brother because this is his first time doing the leading meeting, and he actually did a great job. And there are also people from Thailand said that really appreciate for the sharing and whatever from the Professor Xueling. Her sharing in class was really important, and it gives people ideas about how to become a better teacher.
环保退宿分享，本身我也是环保清洁队退休的了，看见年轻人分享环保的重要性，真是不简单，非常感恩哈。所以我们也觉得好。这边洪中塔师兄高雄，他朱金才师兄如同辛巴威的地藏王菩萨的化身，外形也很像。对大家去想一想哈。然后我们的长春的刘春枝特别针对书记豪的导读说，导读师兄书记豪，那履足迹为众生，万物有灵众生情，如树才是大爱情，劝善劝述。
There are a lot of comments in the posters about what the previous sharings, like it's really important to become vegetarian, and it's really moved that brother in Zimbabwe share his stories in how he feels, what he behaved, or what happened during the time when he was there, and also was also moved by the teaching activity that Professor shared to us, and how she teach with her students, and how her students give feedback to her.
那今天活络筋骨的部分，人先不出来，但是声音来了，他们就人来了，来一场感人的音乐剧。
生展开了笑脸，老迷蒙回忆的眼。
I will pass the next part to Sister Ify again.
可不可以至少温暖的再见？
汗湿透了
肩膀，泪滋润泥土芬芳，心唤醒这沉睡的力量。
Let's slope the shoulders. Tears moisturizing and nourish the soil. Warm heart awakens to the power of sleep. One hole to dig, giving us more hope for the future. Let me be the well digger to clean up the dust. Learn to accommodate heart to heart contribution without regret and resentment. Let me be a well digger, able to give the needed sweetness, like the painful tears will make a rainbow appear. Firming up my faith and belief will make the impossible to become true and possible. Let these years and the present effort will be the future memories forever. We are the well diggers, living everlasting sweetness. Feet soak with shoulders, tears, moisture the soil, bringing the fragrance. Warm heart awakens with the power of sleep. One hole after one hole we dig, bringing out, giving us hope for the future. Warm sweat will make us more compassionate, planting affinity, cause and condition, allowing us to return to a greener tomorrow. Lifetime endless love allow us to be a well digger to clean up the dust, learning to accommodate heart to heart and contribute without regret and resentment. Let us be with a well digger, able to give the needed sweetness, like the painful tears will make a rainbow appear. Heart to heart, without resentment and without regret. Let us all be the well digger to make the impossible to become possible. With the present effort, we'll live for future memories. Continue to put in more efforts as we dig, as we are the well diggers. We'll live everlasting, full of sweetness. Firming my faith and belief will make the impossible to become true. Leaving behind everlasting sweetness and future memories as we are the well diggers. Using love and let this sweetness be spread worldwide. Happiness are in the midst of the world. Happiness are among people. All friends, beloved friends who are present here, let us now stand up and sing this song, how to wash our hands to preserve hygiene. Are you all ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready? Wash your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you ready? Wash your hands. Don't turn on the water tap too late. Wet your hands and don't be lazy. Turn off the water tap before washing. Cherish the water resources. Use soap and rub and rub. Draw a circle covered with bubbles. Draw a circle covered with bubbles. Rub your hands inwards. Rub the palms of your hands and rub the back of your hands. 2, 2, 3, 4. Wash your hands. Use your soap and rub and rub. Rub the palms of your hands. Change to your left hand after washing your right hand. Rub your fingers back and forth. Then turn the palm on the finger. Rub the fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget the thumb and the part between your index fingers. Don't use too much water to rinse. Rinse your hands and wipe them dry. Then turn off the water tap. Do not turn so big the water tap so big. Let us now go vegetarian. Adopt vegetarian diet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you all ready? Let us do together. Let us develop a personal hygiene practices. Personal hygiene should be cultivated and let everyone love the nation with such good practices. Ready, wash your hands and keep hygiene for good health. Love yourself and others in this pandemic way. Be a vegetarian to protect this out. Thank you very much, everyone. A wide applause for everyone, and thankful for this activity team for providing us a beautiful song, The Well Digger. So it's simple, but it's very meaningful, and the lyrics are very soothing. This song was from Sifu. With the song and the images on the screen just now, it was just touching, and we're very grateful. Here are some feedbacks and blessings from the response from the people who are online now. We appreciate the current sharing from Professor Lee just now. To find that Professor Lee's sharings are very practical. So we are very happy to have a team of good educators. Education is our hope. Education is able to mold talents, and we are very grateful to have good and compassionate teachers. Professor Lee's way of teaching helps to nurture the talents and skills in every student, so enabling them to be the hope of society. Professor Lee has led a group of happy students, and with her sharing have motivated and inspired many. As long as the teachers are happy, the students are also at ease and peaceful. Whatever the teachers taught us, or the professor teaches, we will follow through. We find that Professor Lee's way of education is excellent, able to guide and able to motivate and inspire and inculcate skills in our students. One of these feedback is from the ex-student of Professor Lee, and we encourage her to give more feedbacks. This online book studies is worldwide, covering all nations over the world. We appreciate and cherish your feedbacks. Please feel free to pen down your thoughts and your insights. We believe that Professor Lee and all other sharers are really very devoted and dedicated in preparing their sharings. Last week, we have some sharing from the mainland China. We are very touched with their sharing each time. Today, we have this sharing from mainland China again. The origin of this story, deep touch sharing, is telling us about Xudi's great love turning poor to rich. This sharing is telling us to grasp every moment to do good and never let any affinities slip by. We feel that we are like a family, feel bonded with the sharing and the effects. The effects of the sharing sometimes motivate us that refilling piety and doing charity should not wait. We should grasp the moment to activate it immediately. Some feedbacks are coming in about the 21 days healthier challenge, encouraging more people to adopt this plant-based diet. On October 23rd, there will be a cozy session with Master and all of the family here, all the Dharma families here, and those who are online now are encouraged to be to log in on that day. Many of us have find that joining this online book study no longer have the barrier of the space of time. There's no difference in time zone. It's borderless. Able to benefit many people from all walks of life from this one perspective. At this very moment, we are still having some big facts from last week sharing from Sister Lisa about her loss of her mother recently. However, she still shared with us full of the Dharma and joy. There is a family here that an elderly grandma who have learned to go online herself despite her old age, because she finds that this online book study is very inspiring and energizing, and she has learned how to go online and handle the gadgets. She commented on that day 1013, one person, one good deed. She finds that she was inspired and she has learned much from it. So one person, one good deed a day have inspired many. And today we have this, due to time constraint, we have this sharing. And we will provide the feedbacks of the later on. Now we shall go over to our family in mainland China. This story is very warming and touching. This care recipient stay in a very far away place, a remote place, and this care recipient is very worried about his mother due to the distance and also from his illness that he need to seek medical treatment. The distance is very far between Beijing when he reached Beijing, he himself boarded a plane. We will know later how this child went on board himself in Beijing to seek medical treatment. He was boarding the plane to Taiwan for his treatment. We are grateful to these Xudi's family members, volunteers that have brought this care recipient out to Beijing to seek treatment. This is the first time he was in Beijing. We would like to introduce this to all of us here. Xudi volunteers in Beijing is just like any other ordinary Xudi volunteers. They will spend time accompanying the children and hope to bring love to those families. We hope to accompany this person, hoping that when he goes back to his hometown, he is well equipped with all the necessary things. We are grateful to Taipei TV for leaving such footprints for us. There are times when we are when we are reading or we are doing our book studies, we may not be exposed to so much real happiness outside. So, also through this book study, we are able to learn more, able to communicate with others. Also through book study. From this video, we know that through the caring from the Xudi volunteers, we really could not see that both of them are suffering from their inner illness. But through this accompanying by Xudi volunteers, they are more open up and able to accept. We are very happy to be with you because you have great and positive energies. Now we have reached Beijing. So now you can have switch on your mic and put on your PPT now. Please, you can start to speak and share now. Zhang Qian. Sister, are you able to hear us? Or is there an internet problem now? Okay, seems that there's some slight technical error, technical instability. Okay, now the PPT is now on. Could you please switch on your mic? This is Zhang Qian. 没办法，他的是简报。I think there's a slight technical connection problem here. We hope you hear us, Sister Zhang Qian. We hope you hear us now. 师姐并不是不上线，我们稍微调整一下哈。那我们现在看到的是讲师初级精彩之集。We need to go to the next slide because there's some technical. 那所以今天早上的时候，我们也跟大家分享，就是 technical things happening here right now. 郑金峰副院长呢，在我们的志工长会 we will adjust a little bit here. 那现在呢，我们看一下，就是我们的 Today we want to. 我们台北慈院的副院长。好，那今天呢会继续来讲 Deputy Superintendent Xudi from Taipei Hospital. 退出了没？好 ，OK。 他继续呢，今天来讲他的就是专门的专才的地方，就是无漏功德。Dr. Xudi will be sharing on the children and the elderly male and female urinary incontinence. 是我们的于如也有在现场，我们给于如掌声。好，哇，那我们的美编是谁？是台北的建林师兄哈，所以其实是这个部分哈。那我们首先先来回顾一下，非常感恩，就是2019年的7月的时候呢，他就是来现场 he has come
to personally to this book study.
就是以前的话呢
Previously,
没办法，就是怎么样，就是就是不是我讲错了，因为我在关心那个张骞这个部分。好，大家可以看到我们画面上，
you see the video, the pictures here.
我们快一点回到正常的一个状态，然后大家都不用戴口罩。
Back then, everyone not required to put on mask.
还有包括他的夫人佩林师姐， 那一次呢，其实都有来我们的现场。
佩林师姐 online
那一次来的时候，
here.
跟我们讲的干爽人生哈。那这一次他也非常就是寄了10本书到我们的主场来哦哈。那希望大家呢，就是真的就是能够过一个非常干爽的一个人生哈。所以这个部分其实
Dr. Xudi, specialist in the urinary, where to keep us dry. And now let's look at this video. Do you have this? Look at this video with the children.
还是没办法。可是呢，在这个当下里面呢，我们的养父其实在这个部分是有专攻的哈。
晚上的小便制造太多。
第二个 is because the urine production is too much, or the bladder is too small, and this causes the bad wetting, and there is a medicine to treat this. I'm really grateful to Dr. Yang. Previously, Dr. Yang present here, and we have shared that small children they have to have a valuable which is suitable for children, so that they can urinate completely. So doctor here would like to teach the children here, if you urinate like this too high, it is not good. So you must hit low, foot on the floor. If the leg is above the floor, it will obstruct the urination. Therefore, the children need to step on the floor and knee width
shoulder width apart. If If the toilet bowl is too high, put a small stool so that the young children, when they go to toilet, they're able to step on the stool and urinate properly, where they open their knee with shoulder width apart and lean forward a little so that they can empty the bladder completely and will not cause urinary retention, which will affect the kidney.
其实每一次有关于资讯的，就是台北慈院这个资讯的一个部分呢，都是杨副来分享。所以每次透过志工早会的一个分享的时候，我们也可以知道说，哦，台北慈院他们是怎么样的科技化去跟上。
Hospital have computer system, mobile medical system, which allows the information to be in one system and enable all other doctors or nurses to refer and speed up the retrieval of the patients. And with this computer system, using a tablet, we're able to retrieve the information and okay, so doctor and they are going to go for room visit and they have done some tests on the patient. So they are planning to tell the patient about the urination condition which has improved.
同时间，我们因缘的关系，我们先把影片看到这边哈。那我还没有讲到杨副的时候，北京的张千师姐，您是不是有听到我的声音？因为刚才因为您的上线是不顺利的，所以我赶快就先往下一个流程。但是您现在占据了我们的分享视频，也就是你的简报一定要先收掉。好 ，OK， 好 ，OK 了 ，OK 了。好，所以非常的感恩哈，所以科技也很方便，在这里喊话，北京可以听得到的哈。那大家可以看到台北慈院的芬芳杏林哈。那在这个当下里面呢，就是杨副呢跟他们家夫人曾经来过这里，然后夫人呢写了长长的一个善效应给我们哈，然后他就觉得说，哦，当他听到这个可以透过及时的一个报道，一个 Telegram 是我们增加的，然后加上呢就是18个 Like 7个微信群，我们现在是超过9000人了，可以收到。他觉得非常的压抑，而且他亲临现场以后，看到团队的这样子和互相这样的一个能量，还有现场，他都非常的。他们家夫人是非常有能量的，是
participate in this online book study and
我没有背起那个头衔哈。
Dr. Yang Xudi was very moved.
之类的，就是非常有能量的，文字也很能写，所以他感恩我们佩玲师姐为我们的一个见证哈。那我们从杨旭弟副院长这边呢，其实我们除了得到今天我们该要去了解的一些知识之外呢，我们非常感恩。同时间我们看到台北慈院的资讯，那同时间呢
，we have seen the Taipei Hospital their information system, which enhance the doctor in
然后好好的把这本书精读的话，对我们对于这一个干爽一生。
these books to keep us is written by
要到达台北慈院去喽，好，一起来。我喜欢和你在一起，因为你有正能量。好。
Welcome, Deputy Superintendent, Taipei Hospital. Let's.
好，美云师姐，
global Xudi volunteers, and teacher Sister Min, good afternoon. And grateful for the introduction just now. When I'm young, I used to stay in Kaohsiung.
我爸爸说要带我去大同百货玩，那我就傻傻的跟着他说要去大同百货，然后就被骗上火车，那就回到了彰化的。
Eventually, I went to Zhanghua.
不然的话，我应该也有机会成为高雄人。那我是不是开始来分享？
Now let me share my images. The sharing images.
我应该是要分享我的
简报。对了，
简报。
全一幕 ，OK。
现在大家有
Everybody can see my PPT.
好，那刚刚我的题目，这个美仪师姐讲，好，其实我还觉得我写的这本书有一点点艰深了，不过。
I have written and it's very useful. I would like to share today in a simplified manner. For children and elderly male and female urinary incontinence. Last few days, I have received a letter. My English name is Stephen Yang.
论文表现呢，在全世界是前1%的啊，我们觉得来跟你恭喜哈，那你确认一下你的通讯地址对不对？哎，那我就赶快进去看一下哈，什么叫1%？那会不会是诈骗的？我不敢看他的信箱哈。
The email at first I dare not open the email, afraid that it is a
在全世界发表论文的儿童尿失禁啊，或者尿这样子。 我个人呢，大概是全世界2500个左右的医生里面，大概是排第10。
Dr. Yang is ranking in 200 over for urinary specialist.
亚洲第一，哎，觉得这个统计表虽然不见得代表完全的事实，但是也觉得蛮开心的哈。好。
Dr. Yang is very joyful, and they are also partners who come over to us study together.
家人们如果觉得你们的小朋友有问题呢，可以来找这位陈瑜珍医师给他看。好，那在台南、在彰化，或者台北，那我也有一些
They are students who
那外国。
come and learn from me from overseas and in Thailand and in China and Taiwan. They are also students or partners who come and learn.
相关的问题觉得来台北太远了，可以先到这些地方去看。好，那我今天
Today I would like to share how is urine made? How do people urinate? Will bedwetting get better when I grow up? Is night urination an unavoidable aging phenomenon? Female urinary incontinence and prostate hypertrophy and inability to urinate. This tea, the tea container and the teapot. In summary, our kidney are like the teapot where it flow the water into the this tea container. Kidney is like a filter, and those who has glucose or has protein output from the kidney, that means there is something to do, something not right from the kidney.
插桶来的过程有问题呢，那这个就是要看泌尿科。所以呢，插桶跟管路坏了，那就是找泌尿科。那如果说在肾脏啦、膀胱啦， 或者射护腺这些地方有癌症，那就是看泌尿科。所以简单的跟大家再一次
If cancer find urology,
制造的，那什么时候该去看内科？
or
什么时候该
when do you look for nephrology and when do you look for urologists?
那我们都知道茶桶有的很大，有的很
These
小。
are
那如果说你的
tea
茶桶
container.
是比较小的，
Some
好
are
像
big
是
and some
膀
are
胱小，就是
small.
膀
The
胱过
small
动症。
one,
那如果我们以阴
the
阳
big
来
one
分
is
的话呢，我们要
over
用阴阳来分，那就是在
overextended.
膀胱小，就是膀胱的阴气不足。
This is
但是也有
the
人茶桶很大，膀胱很大，那膀胱太大，
if
那你
the
的
bladder
会
is
尿
too
不干
big.
净，那就是膀胱过畅，就是阴气太多，膀胱的阴气太多。那我们要喝水，那当然就是要把有一个开
When
关
we
要打开。
urinate, we have to
那我们要打开这个
open
开
or
关以
close
前，
this
茶桶是不会收缩
sphincter.
的。不过我们人的膀胱会稍微收缩一下，
When
要先收缩，那你再去打开这
so
个
when
开
we
关。
want to
那阴阳
urinate,
调和之
the
下呢，
bladder need to be
茶汁
contracted
茶叶
so
流
that
到
the
体外，
water
就是
can,
血液
the
就会流
the
出去。 所
urine
以阴
can
阳调
flow
和
out.
是有重要性的。所以开关呢
Therefore,
有
the
深有浅，
sphincter
那刚刚好就
some
是我
are
们最希望的
wide
样
and
子。
some are narrow.
好，那我刚刚讲这一只手其实
So
很重要。
this hand
那这
here
只手呢，
is very
在刚刚的
important.
图里面没有出来，这个代表的是我们
This
的大
hand
脑
here actually
还
represent
有自律
our
神经，
brain.
因为大脑要发命令来
The
打
brain
开这
will
个开
instruct
关，因为
our
大脑其实是很重要的。
bladder to
所以大部
contract
分的医生呢都关
or
注
when
在
to
这个茶桶
contract
呢
and when
开关
to
上面。其
open
实
the opening,
在这个
the
50多
spin
年
the
的时间
sphincter
发现，大脑其实很重
so
要。
that the
那等
urine
一下我
will
跟大家讲
flow.
一下为什么这个大脑那么重要。好，所以我用这个
This
图
diagram,
这个就是我刚刚讲茶桶的构造。
this is
这个就是
bladder,
膀胱，
this
这个
is
画面上出现的
horizontal.
这个就是括约肌，就是所谓的茶桶。那我们在储存小便的时候呢，本来应该是膀胱要阴，那尿道括约肌呢这里要阳。那储存小便的时候阴要越来越大，那阳不能打开，那这样就是很好的储存小便。那在这个时候大脑是不可以，这只手不可以随便出来拨这个开关，所以平常它是抑制的，是不可以来做动作的。那如果你
If
大脑
our
生病
brain
了，
is
那你的膀胱可能就会
sick,
变小，
our bladder
或
may
者是
shrink
收缩，就好像有人来，动不
and
动就来把这个
and
开
it
关打开，
will
那就
frequently
是漏尿的问题，
open
频尿的
the
问题。 所以很多人
urination,
中风
open the
或者
sphincter
小
where
孩
the
子，
the
中
urine
风
will
致死
flow.
也好，小孩子呢可能有些
So
疾病
this
也好，
is
其实
like in
膀胱就会变小，
involuntary
频尿
contraction and frequent urination or
那在排尿
urinary
的时候呢，
incontinence.
刚刚讲这个茶桶要稍微收
When
缩
we
一下，
urinate,
然后
the
呢，
bladder need to
这个尿
contract
道括约肌要
and
打
the
开，
the
稍微收缩一下，
sphincter
然后呢，
also need to
这
open so
个
the
尿道括
urine
约
will
肌要打
flow.
开，也就
The
是把这个尿
coordination
不要转过来，
between the bladder and the
那这样小孩
sphincter,
就会
that is a
生病。
yin and
这
yang.
个协调的动作呢，
If we lost the
事实上
coordination
必
between
须
the
在
bladder and the
大脑来
sphincter,
洗水，
that
顺
is
便
yin
尿道
and
顺
yang
便
imbalance,
它要协
that
调，
cause
小便才会
difficulty
顺
in
畅。
urination
所以
and
如果
dirty
说大
urine.
脑生病了，第二个状况就是
When
可能会
I
排尿
look,
困难，
when
尿
I
不干净。 所以我们
treat
现
the
在
patient,
在看
will
这些病人
not
的时候，
only
不只是关心
concentrate
膀胱，
on the
也要关
urology,
心
but
他的
to look at
这个
overall
神经，就是大脑、
brain and the
脊
nervous
髓、中枢神
system.
经，这些都要合在一起看。那在阴阳
If
调和之下，
after
我们的小便才会
urinate,
顺畅。那如果你排
so
尿以
it
后
will
呢，
be
那动作就
the
会相反
opposite. So the
本
brain
来是阳阴，就要反过来变成阴阳。那再讲一
the
遍
brain
所以
must
大脑生
inform
病
the
了以后
bladder
有
to
两个问题，膀胱变小，或
contract.
者这个协调性不见了，造成排尿困难，尿不干净。
Now
这个就是
the older generation
所以
have
小孩子
increased.
先天性疾病呢，可能很多医生会照顾，但是中风、失智、帕金森氏症病，其实你如果
Then
出现
to
这些
go
问题，
for
应该要
urologists
来看泌
to
尿科，
treat
也可以得到一些好的帮忙。
will
最
vetting
后
get
再
better
回答第三
when
个问题，
grow
尿
up.
床长大就会好吗？其实啊，尿床
Some
虽然
people
会
will
好，
not get well when they grow up.
造成重大的疾病，但是确实是造
This
成
bad
家长还有小
waiting
朋友
may cause stressfulness in parents and sleep quality. And you see the children crying. The mother actually have stress, very stressful with children, bedwetting children. Just now we saw the video. There are 3 reasons why night urination and bedwetting. There is small bladder capacity. Is the teapot too small or the container, the tea container is too big? How do we know the bladder is too small or the production of the urine is too much? We have to, what kind of assessment can parents do when the child wets the bed? We'll do this urination diary. Record the amount of urination and water consumption, the time. So from this diary, urination diary, I will be able to know the condition and able to treat accordingly. There's this children. I have to record this urination diary. The volume of the urine was quite high, especially at night. Then we know that the bladder is too big. And also we notice that he drink a lot of water before he go to bed. So if we drink too much water before we go to bed, it will cause night urination. This happens to elderly as well, or the adult. Better not to drink 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Dinner at 8 p.m. and at night drink water. That's why it causes this night urination. Therefore, to adjust the timing of the daily life, meal times, and so on. So doctor able to know what is the next action to be taken. There is no magic medicine to immediately treat the condition, so it has to be step by step. There is 11 causes of bedwetting. Today we'll not explain the 11 causes. Okay, now we talk about adult bedwetting. Urination, frequent urination, the bladder too small. The basic reasons are the same: excessive urination at night, small bladder, slow in brain function in awake to be awake. However, it is usually accompanied by disease of the bladder or brain, such as cystitis, overactive bladder, stroke, dementia. Medication can also affect sleeping. Medication can also affect, such as sleeping pills. Drinks like coffee, tea, Coca-Cola, and alcohol.
那很多人呢也会有糖尿病、尿崩症，造成晚上的小便量比较多，所以这个也都是要做一些检查的。那再来心脏衰竭，这个也很常见，下肢浮肿等等，造成你睡觉的时候，这些身体的液体呢，或者淋巴液会回流到心脏，那变成小便在排出。
The reason for children and adults for bedwetting are the same, but for adults it's also caused by diseases.
我们要同步做治疗。好，那再来我们讲夜尿症，半夜上厕所。好，那这个是没办法避免吗？像我自己呢，昨天晚上就起来尿尿。
How many times do you wake up for urination at night?
如果都没有起来，那就正常。那一次呢，我们觉得还可以接受。
If wake up too many times, will cause lack of sleep, can lead to increased mortality.
那睡眠状况会造成什么问题？第一个，睡眠不足会造成死亡率增加。
Poor health,
睡不好的人
imbalanced glucose, metabolism, immune disorder. So today, I have wake up one time for urination last night.
就让我睡得不好，所以血压会上升。葡萄糖代谢不平衡的意思就是
So lack of sleep will cause poor health. So decrease in quality of life and productivity.
那再来，生活品质跟生产力会比较差。那你的收入变差，也会影响你的一些生活上的表现。那再来，我们为什么
and frequent urination or night urination that is increasing the risk of number of toilet trips per night and the risk of increase with the number of toilet trips per night and it increase the risk of falls.
大概2倍左右所以夜尿症对健康是很重要的，我们应该尽量半夜不要起来，特别是很多人的家里并没有无障碍设备，半夜起来是容易跌倒的。好，那夜尿症的原因我刚刚讲其实跟尿床
For night urination, the cause there are actually 11 plus 1.
加一个，为什么特别写加一个？因为第一个，射护腺肥大，很多人都说我所有的病都跟射护腺肥大，不是他射护腺肥大的人
The bladder becomes smaller. That will also cause night urination and also female hormone deficiency.
荷尔蒙不足呢，其实也会造成这个膀胱过动症。所以其实我们看到夜尿症，其实医生就会想很多的事情。
And we also need to find out what other diseases that cause this, so that the problem can be resolved in totality.
那也一样的我也请这些人记小便日记，比如说中64岁，他说他有频尿、夜尿，上次没有起来7、8次，喝水了。好，那我们来看看他的小便日记6点到晚上8点。他说他晚餐以后少喝水，其实8点半。
At 9 o'clock, he still drink water.
就是要去睡觉所以说的跟讲的其实不太一样
And total up is 1,600 liter of
加起来有2600 cc
2.6 liter of
喝
water.
的水虽然看起来就2000 cc， 但是可能他吃的食物没有记所以尿量2600就有一点多那特别是傍晚的时候小便还这么多，所以呢我们就会知道说尿的多比喝的多是因为吃的食物的关系。那整体来看，小便量 超过2400cc还是太多，所以呢，这应该水分要稍微少喝一点。那它的膀胱呢，最大小便量呢，我们仔细看，这里有250，250，我们希
，too
望能够
much
到300，
urine and
所以还
bladder
是两
too
个加在
small.
一起，小便太多，膀胱太小。
So with
所以小
medication,
便太
it
多
can
膀胱
increase
变
the
小，
size of the
膀胱变
bladder.
小，我们可以有一些药物让你膀胱变大一点，那这样子
And
就可以让夜尿症改善。好，所以它的治疗呢，尿床跟夜尿症的治疗再说明一遍。第一个，
how to control this? We need to
那
drink
成
certain
人大约
amount of
1000或
water.
喝水量大概2000， 小孩子按照体重算。
Drink water
达到我们人的
appropriately.
小便量不
2000
超过
cc for adult
30cc，
according to body
不要
weight.
超
For
过体重的30到40cc。
for
比如说
children is
20到
according to the
40
body weight.
这600到800那就差不多了。睡前2个小时不要喝水，傍晚不要少喝水。有一些药物可以减少夜间的尿液制造，药物可以增大膀胱，那要治疗相关的疾病。那有些时候可以做一些附件治疗来让膀胱变大一点，或者促进协调。那有一些特定的神经刺激法可以让膀胱变大，促进协调。
There are
那如果真的
various
不行，现在有所谓的肉毒杆菌素，
method
或者
to
特定的手术来
resolve
让你膀胱变大。
the urination
尿床
problem,
在
whether
夜
it's
尿症
through
的治疗
operation
某
or
种
through
它有点复
medication.
杂。那再来，我们来讲女性的尿失禁。
Female
一般而言呢，我们会分为
urinary
跟
incontinence.
迫性尿失禁，或者2个都有的。 那这个是小便的制造，
There is
刚
a
刚
stress
提过
urinary
好像是有
incontinence
插
and
筒的，
urge
但是
urinary
这里呢，再
incontinence
特
or
别提一
mixed
个
type.
骨盆底肌，因为这个应力性尿失禁呢跟骨盆底肌有关。那我把它形容成像一个桌子。那我们等一下来看这个桌子的问题。好，那有些人的骨盆底肌是比较松的，那就是做
They are
要松。
big
那
or
我们用
small
手来看，
tea
那
container.
茶桶有的很大，有的很小。
These
小的就是
tables
膀胱
is
过动症。那如果茶桶是正常的，
it's like
但
the
是桌
pelvic
子
floor
不太稳，
with
像
3
这种
legs
桌子
is
呢，
like
你
not
放在家里
stable.
可能觉得蛮安心的，放在这种桌子你就觉得可能不太安心。所以像这种不稳固的桌子，我们就要把它做一些强化的动作。
Causes of stress urinary incontinence are the weakened support of the pelvic floor muscle.
跟着郭汉总教授开始学做这个
So
手术。以前我们是穿一条
overactive bladder is a teapot problem, and the stress true stress urinary incontinence is the table problem. Therefore, use the mid urethral sling to strengthen the support of the pelvic floor.
其他相关的疾病，所以我们再来
This
看看真实的个案。
is a very simple and easy to do and easy to learn. It can be performed without further
这
examination.
样认为。我们来看一下，38岁的女性，住在宜兰。她说
This 38-year-old female lives in Hongshan Township. Main complaint is the urine leaks where walking, jogging, or coughing, or even sneezing. He has 3 children were born naturally. I started to have mild urinary incontinence after giving birth to the 2nd child and become severe after giving birth to the 3rd child 8 years ago.
小便检查也是正常。
There's no urge for incontinence, no hypertension, diabetics.
是有脱水的。那这就是一个很特别的现象。膀胱脱水就是说你在
Urine test was
摸
normal.
到一团东西跑出来。
Physical
那
examination,
属于第2度了。
there is a 2nd degree
那我们
bladder
给她测测
prolapse,
看，漏尿严重
and
吗？
urine
有
leakage test is
10分钟
5 grams.
应该生活上也是有一些干扰的。好，那
After
做完手术以后， 做
have
完那个简单的吊带手术以后，
done the mid urethral sling,
还好，那变得反而有一点困难。那我们就给他做了一个小便的速度检查。他做出来是这个图形。那我们给
after
他
the operation,
说小便呢应该会尿1
the
到3，大概20秒或30秒以内要尿完。
the graph
尿
look
了大概
not too good. Normally, it's like the bell-shaped graph. And notice here severe constipation that caused this. Therefore, doctors have provided stronger stool softener and excretion promoting drugs. Constipation will cause bladder problem.
那我们就给他安排一个所谓的录影尿动力学检查。那
The bladder
做这个检查的时候呢，我们就会得到一个膀胱的收缩的图啊。那看这个图，大家可能看到。
When urination, the bladder should contract.
就看这个。我刚刚讲这个膀胱
When it contracts,
小便的时候要收缩。那这个水龙头括约肌的地方要打开。可是它收缩的时候，膀胱尿道括约肌也跟着收缩那这样就是不好的。那在这个图看小便的时候应该是这样，可是好像小便来到这里
from the X-ray or the images capture, notice that there is the urine is stuck somewhere, which is not good. So before the operation, it's very important to make an examination.
所以这个水龙头呢，应该要打开，打不开所以这个是女性38岁女性的问题。好，那女性尿失禁呢，简单讲
Therefore, for treatment, you need to
但是还是要问一些大便的问题小便的
diagnostic
有没有用负压小便呢？
or examination, not only on the bladder,
因为它是一个非常
because constipation will cause urinary
像马桶一样的地方特殊的仪式
problem as well.
一个尿尿，那如果是正常的，那就可以比较安心一点；如果不正常，就不应该去做手术。那如果有急迫性尿失禁或尿不干净那就要做膀胱
If it is accompanied by bladder prolapse or uterine prolapse, it should be carefully evaluated and treated.
那更要小心的评估跟检查不可以贸然的。
Just now, I will talk about the posture for urination. It has to be seated, feet on the ground, and lean forward.
半蹲或者爬到马桶上都是不好的，容易受伤的。那正确的尿尿呢，就是脚踏实地，吸尿顺畅，与肩同关系，无阻碍。尿尿的时候膝盖要打开成
To have
腰背打直膝
good flow of urine, that's how we should,
顺畅。
the posture should be.
协调性，括约肌的不协调性就可以减少。
For female, urination problems are not entirely caused by the
那我们泌
prostate.
尿科医师其实最擅长治疗的就是攝護腺肥大。那攝護腺肥大呢，在它尿不出来呢，其实有很大的关系。那就是在茶桶跟水龙头中间呢，有一个东西叫攝護腺肥大。那我们用膀胱来比喻茶桶。那这个是
When prostate
尿道括约肌
are enlarged, we will squeeze the urethra.
再来变大一点是这样，造成阻塞。可是有的人大是不会阻塞的。
Cause urination problem in men.
我要提醒您的时间副院长。
好，
是感恩。
好，那男人的攝護腺肥大，很多人都说这个是排尿问题，都是攝護腺造成的，其实不是。应该它只是很多原因当中。
There are many ways to resolve the problem of
甚至你身体不是
prostate.
替代的方法。那像这位80岁的，
Whether it's through operation or through the medication.
尿不出来，朋友才介绍来给我们看。
Mr. Fang was 80 years old. He was introduced to Xudi Taipei and have examination review prostatic hypertrophy and the detrusor weakness. That is a true bladder weakness.
好，所以今天呢，这个就是最重要的一个讯息了。膀胱是你的好朋友。
What to take away? Do not drink too much water before sleep.
睡觉前2小时不要喝水。 那如果还没有效果，那看医生找原因，对症治疗。小朋友尿床长大就会好吗？不一定。晚上起来尿2次，是老化的。
Will children be well when they grow up on bedwetting? Some people will not be well when they grow up. It's normal phenomena of aging to get up and urinate twice at night. It is not just aging, it can be treated. If female stress urinary incontinence is accompanied by frequent urination, urgency, or bladder prolapse, please consult a doctor. Grateful to Dr. Yang.
非常感恩哈其实这是一个非常专业的一个分享。那也或许呢，其实就像时经讲说，大家都会去关心排便的问题，尿尿这件事反而是疏忽了哈。所以呢，我们的长春的刘春枝就说，台北慈院杨旭弟身心专研泌尿课，治病救人活菩萨4大8法用心做哈。那这一本干爽一生儿童尿床与尿失禁，是台湾近30年来唯一专门探讨儿童尿床尿失禁的医学的科普图书。的确，刚才我们的杨副有跟我们讲说，一般人可能看起来它不是像看小说散文这样，因为它是一个科普书。那在这个
is written by Dr. Yang and is very important for us to understand urinary problem that is encountered by children and also adults.
Okay, next, we would like to go to mainland China. Sister Zhang Qian. Okay, let's see whether we can connect with Sister Zhang Qian.
比较抱歉的是，刚才我们影音已经，所以张谦请说话。
Hello everyone, I'm from Beijing.
我是北京职工张谦。是，来。
Today I would like to share with everyone.
我给大家分享的爱的故事呢是
Yes, the great love of Xudi.
大爱让贫转富。
Can we have your slides, please?
现在听到您的声音，视讯画屏，都看到了，但是对，等您哦。好，全荧幕。
Okay, so we managed to reconnect with Beijing.
到了北京，您没有全荧幕。好的。
And now let's hear from Sister Zhang Jie.
我们今天故事的主人公叫高。
Okay, this is a case.
2007年的时候，当时年仅7岁的猫犬呢。
This is his case since 2007. This patient was suffering from some kind of blood disorder.
然后长期的药物副作用呢，在2015年的时候让孩子股头坏死，然后这对于这个家庭而言呢，无异于雪上加霜。
And Xudi volunteers start to get in contact with this case in 2017. And this is a child. This child is suffering from health problem. So it affected his mental and emotional health. He felt that he is a burden to his family. And with the care from Xudi volunteer, the child start to have a smile on his face. Even the medication and all kinds of treatment are not unable to treat his illness. And eventually the doctor found out that the family, the parents, are able to match with his bone marrow. But however, the doctor recommended them to find out, to consult with the Taiwan bone marrow registry.
张谦，我需要打断你一下，你的简
Sister
报
Zhang
完全不
Qian,
在第
your
一页，
slide is stopped at the
我们
first
回到
slide.
你的故事，所以您现在可能调到你
Can
现
you
在讲的
jump
部
to
分
your
头了，这样会来不及。
your next slide?
就是你要跟着你的，嘿。
In 2020 January, Tzu Chi volunteers went to the hospital to give the parents, to give the child's mother some financial assistance. And the mother was very happy and told us that the child is recovering very well after the transplant.
对妈妈特别的高兴。但是茂全出舱以后呢，然后因为炎症，因为排异，然后2到4月的时候始终没有达到，就是说出院的那个。
And during February to April, the child was unable to be discharged from the hospital because his condition is not very stable. And due to the COVID situation, the volunteers are unable to visit in the hospital. So they will be using the video call through the phone and to give their care and encouragement to the mother and to the patient. This is taken in 2020 in May. The first time the volunteers met with the son, the patient. And so volunteers gave him a picture of the Buddha and to give him encouragement. And this is our photo with the child. His name is Mao Xian. And over the months, gradually, volunteers, through the love and care from volunteers, and giving him lots of blessings, and show him the Tzu Chi monthly magazine and share with him a lot of stories from Tzu Chi. And eventually, the patient, he opens up his heart and start to have brighten up. And so eventually in September 2020, this patient, he start to be able to do physiotherapy and some exercise. And the volunteers encourage him, to continue to persevere and continue to do his exercises. And eventually he's able to go out of his house. And with the encouragement from the volunteers, now he is able to walk out of his home and go to the nearby shops and parks. And because of all the emotional and mental support given, this patient, he is getting better and better. And during the home visits, one of our volunteers is a tutor and give him some tuition at home. And whenever Tzu Chi volunteer visits him, this patient, he felt really happy. And in 2021 March, when he went for the checkup, his bone condition has improved a lot. And there was a volunteer who has the exact same name as the mother, and such incredible affinity. And when the patient Mao Xian, he shared with the volunteers that he wants to share his experience, of going through this treatment of the blood disorder. He wants to share his experience with other patients in the hospital. And he was very happy to announce that he managed to get his first income. Yeah, I'm so sorry that due to the lack of time, the story, we can only share the story until here. Let's give our applause to our Beijing volunteer. Okay, let's go to our last sharing for today. This is a charity case of the story of Uncle Long, Grandpa Long. He's 85 years old, and he's a retired soldier from the 823 Artillery Unit. And his wife is 82 years old, and she had an accident before and injured her spinal cord and had a surgery causing her movement to difficulty. And Grandma Long, during last year, May, due to her knee injury, she had accidentally fell down from the staircase. And now she's recovering. They have 3 sons and 2 daughters. Their eldest son stay in Pingtung and working in a civil aviation company. The second son's name is Ah Bao. Due to illness, he passed away last year. And the third son also passed away during a safety accident in 2019. The 2 daughters staying at Fengliao and Lingyuan. And we get to know this couple through the second son, Ah Bao. And Ah Bao used to be a dental model for more than 20 years. He used to live in his own house in Lingyuan and later work as security guard. Due to his addictions to smoking, and he had diabetes, and later on he contracted tuberculosis, TB, and he had to stay in an isolation ward for 2 months. And because it is an infectious disease, they're unable to find a caregiver. So Grandpa Long had to take care of him alone in the isolation ward. When he recovered, they wanted to place him in a nursing institution. However, Grandpa Long and his wife took him back to take care of them by themselves because they couldn't bear it. And Ah Bao, due to retinopathy, his vision was not clear, and having been bedbound for a long time, his lower limbs had degenerated and unable to get out of bed. And due to his taste buds were impaired, so he would always be scolding his mother for the bad taste of the food cooked by the mother. And yet the parents, being parents, are always given to him. And the house that they're staying is a 2-story house. On the ground floor, it's a room by Ah Bao and the living room. And on the second floor, there's a room and a bathroom stayed by the Grandpa Long and the wife. There was no handrail on the staircase. And when they walk up and down the stair, they have to really hold on to the wall to get support. and Grandma Long has to sit on the steps, step by step, in order to get down from the staircase. During our visit to their house, their home in last year, we wanted to help them, but they were very polite and declined our assistance. And during our visit in May, we discovered that Grandma Long fell down and fractured her pelvic bone. And so we decided that we want to help them to install the handrail along the staircase. This is our contractor. He came to install the handrail. And originally, their bathroom doesn't have any handrails. So we installed an L-shaped handrail in the bathroom and asked Grandpa Long to come and try it out, and he was very happy. And we also delivered a second-hand hospital bed and the walking frame. And Apao unfortunately passed away last year in August, and Grandpa Long was very depressed. And at that time, Grandma Long was staying with a daughter. So, but she couldn't get used to it. So they wanted to come back to their own home. And later, both of them went back to stay in their own house. Unfortunately, the house doesn't belong to them, and the landlord actually wanted to take back the land, and even demanded for the past rentals that is owed to the landlord. So they were very so the son will be taking them back to stay with him in Pingtung, and our volunteers will continue to care for this couple, elderly couple. Yeah, we're really grateful that our volunteers managed to help the elderly couple and installing the handrails in their home for their safety. So this is our charity case, and we're grateful to our Kaohsiung volunteers. And this program will debut in October 24. This is about the Lotus Sutra, and will debut in our Taipei TV. And these are our Jingsi products. Okay, next week we will have our guest from France. We're going to France, and also we have sharing by our associate professor from Xudi Technological University. And yes, and we'll also be hearing stories of how our volunteers look after the elderly. Okay, let us all rise, put our palms together, and make 3 bows to the Buddha. First bow, second bow, third bow. Let's all wave to our master and abode masters, and grateful to everyone online. Hi, Sister Susan.
Hi.